President Baby. And I'm the president because I won. And I won. And I beat the bad lady. And so now you can ask me questions. And because I like everybody. And so ask your poopy, stupid questions.
Yeah, if I may follow up on that, what was asked about. You said the leaks are real, but the news is fake. I don't understand. It seems there's a disconnect there. If the information coming from the leaks is real, then how can the stories be fake?
The reporting is fake.
I have to ask, yes, sir?
Here's the thing. The public is, they read newspapers. They see television. They watch. They don't know if it's true or false because they're not involved. I'm involved. I've been involved with this stuff all my life. But I'm involved. I know when you're telling the truth, and I know when you are not. I just see so many untruthful things. And I'll tell you what else I see. Tone. I see tone. You know the word tone? The tone is such hatred. I'm really not a bad person, by the way. No, but but the tone is such, I do get good ratings. You have to admit that, but the tone is such hatred. I watched this morning a couple of the networks, and I have to say, Fox and Friends in the morning. They are very honorable people. I was disappointed that it wasn't a Fox, but they're honorable people. Not because they are good, because they hit me when I do something wrong. But they have the most honest morning show. And that's all I can say. It's the most honest, but the tone. Jim, if you look, the hatred, sometimes.
We don't hate you, sir.
Well, you look at your show that goes on at 10 in the evening. You just take a look at that show. It's a constant hit. The panel is almost always exclusive anti-President Baby. The good news is he doesn't have good ratings. But the panel is almost exclusive anti-President Baby. And the hatred and the venom from his mouth is... And the hatred from the other people on your network, I say this, I watch it, I see it, I'm amazed by it, and I just think you'd be a lot better off, honestly, dude. The public gets it. You go to rallies, they're screaming at CNN, they want to throw their placards at CNN. I think you would do much better by being different. But you just take a look, take a look at some of your shows in the mornings and evening. If a guest comes out and says something positive about me, it's brutal. But now they'll take this news conference. I'm actually having a very good time. Boop, 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 boop. Kissy, kissy, sniffy, sniffy. Okay, but they'll take this news conference, and don't forget, that's the way I won. I won. Used to give you a news conference every day and made a speech, which was every day. And that's how I won, with news conference and probably speeches. Probably. I certainly did not win by people listening to you people, that's for sure. But I'm having a good time. Tomorrow they will say Donald Trump rants and raves at the press. I'm not ranting and raving. I'm telling you, you're dishonest people, but I'm not ranting and raving. I love this. I'm having a good time doing it. But tomorrow's headlines are going to be President Baby rants and rants. I'm not ranting. Go ahead.
A follow-up.
Should I let him? More? Sit down? Well...
just because of the attack of fake news and attacking our network, I just want to ask you, sir...
Changing it from fake news, though.
I know.
To very fake news. Ha!
I know, but aren't you...
Go ahead.
Real news, Mr. President.
You're not related to that dude.
I am not, sir. I do like the sound of Secretary Acosta.
I looked at that name and I said, wait a minute. Is there any relation?
I'm sure you checked it out.
Yes, I checked it, and they said, no, sir. I said, do me a favor, go back and check the family tree.
But aren't you concerned, sir? You are undermining the people's faith in the First Amendment, freedom of the press in the country. When you call for stories you don't like fake news? Why not just say it's a story I don't like?
I do.
When you call it fake news, you're undermining the confidence in the news media.
Here's the thing. I understand. You're right about that, except I know when I should get good and when I should get bad. And sometimes I say, wow, that's going to be a great story, and I got killed. I know what's good and bad. I'd be a good reporter. I'd be really good. But not as good as you. I know what's good, I know what's bad. And when they change it and make it really bad, sometimes something that should be very positive, they'll make it okay. They'll even make it negative. I understand it, so because I'm there. I know what was said. I know who is saying it. I'm there. So it's very important to me. Look, I want to see an honest press. When I started out today by saying it's so important to the public to get an honest press, the public doesn't believe you people anymore. Maybe I had something to do with that. I don't know. But they don't believe you. If you were straight and really told it like it is, as Howard used to say, right, of course, he had some questions also, but if you were straight, I would be your biggest booster. I would be your biggest fan in the world, including bad stories about me. But if you go, as an example, your CNN, I mean, it's story after story after story is bad. I won. The other thing, chaos. There's zero chaos. We are running. This is a fine-tuned machine. Reens happens to be doing a good job, but half his job is putting out lies by the press. You know, I said to him yesterday, this Russia scam you were billing, so that you don't talk about the real subject, which is illegal leaks. But I watched him yesterday working so hard to get the story proper. I'm saying, here's my chief of staff, a really good guy, did a phenomenal job at RNC. I may have won the election, right? Won the presidency. But we got some senators all over the country. Take a look. He's done a great job. I said to myself, I said to somebody there, look at Rinch working so hard, putting out fires that are fake fires. Do you know how hard it is to put out a fire that's fake? It's really hard. They are fake. They are not true. Isn't that a shame? Because he'd rather be working on healthcare. He'd rather be working on tax reform. Jim, I mean that. I would be your biggest fan in the world if you treated me right. I understand there's bias, maybe. But Jeff, whatever reason, but I understand that. But you've got to be at least a little bit fair. That's why the public sees it. They see it's not fair. You take a look at some of your shows. You see the bias and the hate, and the public is smart. They understand it, okay? Yeah, go ahead. I think they don't believe it. I don't think the public believes in rhubarb. That's why the Rasmussen poll has me through the roof. I don't think they believe it. I guess one of the reasons I'm here today is to tell you the whole Russian thing. That's a ruse. And by the way, it would be great if we could get along with Russia. Just so you understand that. That tomorrow you will say, President Baby wants to get along with Russia. This is so terrible. It's not terrible, it's good. We had Hillary Clinton try and do a reset. We had Hillary Clinton give Russia 20% of the uranium in our country. And you know what uranium is, right? A thing called nuclear weapons and other things, like lots of things that are done with uranium, including some bad things. Nobody talks about that. I didn't do anything for Russia. I've done nothing for Russia. Hillary Clinton gave them 20% of your uranium. Hillary Clinton did a reset, remember, with the stupid plastic button that made us look like a bunch of jerks? Here, take a look. He looked at her like, what the hell is she doing with that cheap plastic button? Hillary Clinton, that was a reset. Remember, it said reset. Now, if you do that, I'm a bad guy, but if we could get along with Russia, that's a positive thing. We have a very talented man, Rex Tillerson, who is going to be meeting with them shortly, and I told them, I said, I know politically it's probably not good for me. Hey, the greatest thing I could do is shoot that ship that's 30 miles offshore, right out of the water. Everyone in this country is going to say, oh, it's so great. That's not great. I would love to be able to get along with Russia. Now, you had a lot of presidents that have not taken that tack. Look where we are now. So if I can now, I love to negotiate things. I do it really well and all that stuff. But it's possible I won't be able to get along with Putin. Maybe it is. I just want to tell you the false reporting by the media, by you people, the false, horrible, fake reporting makes it much harder to make a deal with Russia. And probably Putin said, you know, he's sitting behind his desk saying, you know, I see what's going on in the United States. They follow it closely. It's going to be impossible for President Baby to ever get along with Russia because of all the pressure he's got with this fake story, okay? And that's a shame. Because if we could get along with Russia, and by the way, China and Japan and everyone, if we could get along, it would be a positive thing, not a negative thing. I'm President Baby, baby of presidents, presidents of baby. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba.